From Missyou, it's 152cm, 352cm spin displays with stand, router, application, easy to assemble, build, install, and load your own images from your software. Create, put your logo on, and more. We're going to show you how easy this is to assemble and install. A 3-tier stand from Missyou. We're going to be building. These are 350cm and the stand spin displays. Show you how nicely things are packed. Take out of the box. Each spin display is labeled 1, 2, 3. You get a 450M TP link system, your hardware instruction guide, all the brackets, and the main plate on the bottom made of glass and the black gloss color. The 3 spin displays, the TP link system. We have here laid on the table all the hardware, the grub bolts, short bolts, long bolts, washers, nuts, an Allen key, and a Phillips screwdriver. These are the spaces for the fan units. These are the extension bars for the poles to assemble. They're numbered 1 through 8, the base, and the rubber feet to put on the bottom of all the corners. The instruction guide go over in detail. And how to set the application and unit up. Please remove the factory foam. With the 3M rubber insulation, simply lay over into the leading edge, off of the edge, and press down on each of the corners. In our next step, we're going to take the grub bolts, the splicing bars, 1 on each side, a total of 6. And you have bars that are numbered 1 and 2. 1 goes to the one side, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 8 being the bottom to the base. Matching up the A to the outside of the unit, it slides on, place onto the table with the A narrow end facing to the top. With the grub bolt and optional Allen key, place on to each of the hole and not exceed the hole until on the pole. Place all the grub bolts on. As you follow along the MSP-J56S4, MSP-J60S4 splicing brackets, you have 4, or the MSP-J65S4, MSP-J70S4, you have 5. You have an additional 2 splicers to add on if you have that kit. With 1 splice, slide in, one end full. The other bracket and splice sides slide in full. And repeat for the other 2 on the next bracket. Slide in on opposite side. And the last bracket, the last 2, slide in. Each arm has a hole. except for the last one in the base, that the bottom has 2 holes with threads that go here. We're going to now place each of the arms or brackets and slide the splices together. So 2 are on one and 2 are on the other side. Then we're going to take the tool and we're going to tighten down each of the grub bolt, holding together and securing down all 8 grub bolts of 1 bar. A close-up look at tightening down all 8 grub bolts. And repeat for the other side that they match up, 2 on each side. Please remember to peel all film off of everything. All numbers face up. Slide the next set of brackets on and lock down. Rotate around, slide on, and adjust. Lock down. And finish off the last one, numbers facing each. With the glass plate, you're going to take 2 bolts. They're going to slide through the hole. They're going to lock down onto the bar and secure down with the screwdriver. Lock down. Lift up and place on the table. The stickers may face to the back. We have 3 holes that we need to now take out bolts. We have 2 shorts, 4 long, 6 nuts, and washers, and 6 spacers. The spacers have a protective film cover that could come off to show the acrylic clear plastic. Peel off and discard the plastic. We have 3D hologram fan number 1 that goes to the top, number 2 that goes to the center, and number 3 that goes to the bottom. What we're going to do now is take number 2, put number 1 and 3 to the side, and hang up to the second hole. As we open up the packaging, we are looking for the hanging bracket. It comes nicely packaged and protected. In this step, this is number 2. We're going to put to the side and take out the bracket. The bracket is made of aluminum alloy. There's a hole on top, 2 holes. The bracket with the bolt facing through the back, the hole facing to the ceiling, through the center hole, slide through and lock down with a nut on each. Secure down with the Phillips screwdriver and an open end wrench to make tight. Placing number 2 to the side, with number 1 opening up and taking out the same bracket and part. With a bolt, with number 1, we have here is the top bracket, the long bolt going through. We have the acrylic spacers, match up each of the holes and place on one at a time. And then take the last bolt and go through the hole, making sure it looks like this. And then bringing it through the 2 holes of the unit, pressing through with 2 washers, add on to the back, and a nut on each. With an open end wrench and a Phillips screwdriver, start to tighten down. Place number 1 to the side. Our demonstration purposes on the table. We're going to place number 3 on with the 3 spacers, the 2 long bolts, the 2 washers, and the 2 nuts. Number 3, remove the last package. Place to the side. Again, the hole facing to the top, slid into the bracket embedded, with each of the holes facing correctly up. Taking the last bolt in and placing into the last hole. The 2 washers and the 2 nuts. Secure all down. Working on kit number 1. Everything's laid out on the table. We have the bars with the LEDs. These are the lights. The opposite side is the back with the number A, 2 holes, and the area that's going to slide in to the bracket. They are lettered B and A. Simply take the unit, place on. There are 2 clips on each side that gets pulled down, and the unit slides in, snaps into place. We repeat for the next bar. The next bar is number A. This is slot B. If you put A into B, as you gently put in, it will not fit in and the bar will slide out. Please make sure you follow A for A. Press in and push in over here gently. Listen for the click. When they're both locked in, we're able to put the next 2 on. B. Number B slides in by pressing down and locking into place. And put the last one on. Now you take the unit, look for the outlet facing up, the port, and the hole. On the unit has an SDXC card located over here that needs to come out, place into your computer to download the application. We're going to place the unit on to the top of the first one. It goes on, slides over, and locks down. We have a set screw that needs to be placed on. With the Phillips screwdriver and the set screw, lock into place. The first one is completed. Number 1, 1. Setting up the next set, this is A for A. They simply slide in and lock into place. This is B. And the last B locks in and ready to install on top. Match up, slip down, Phillips and bolt lock into place. Proceed to spin number 3. As we set up B for B, A for A, we then slip on to the last bar. Each of the unit has an SDXC card. Only one needs to be removed for your application. Place in your last screw. The Phillips is a magnetic screwdriver. The unit is now completed. The next step is to run your leads to the DIN plug on top. With the power supply, plug in to the top. Dress your leads down on each of the unit. Plug in the last one on top and dress all your leads together in the back of the unit like so. As we're taking some tape, closing up the back of each one, we're dressing our leads into the back of the unit like so, placing some tape on. Each of the power adapters plug in the AC units. In the next step, we have a router that needs to be connected, and we have a computer and the software loaded. Once everything is loaded up, we turn the units on. It runs through a test, connects to the router, to the software of all three spin displays. You then come here and you go and open up a file, pick a video, size it in, load it in, and click upload. When everything is done, you hit the power on, back out, and you have here is the video, and we'll repeat it. Any image imaginable can be put on the spin display. We back out, we make a fish turning into a snake. On the spin display, it has Christmas trees. And we'll go through the settings here. For holiday decorations and more, spin display 1, 2, 3. We'll skip to the next one. It's a different type of tree. As it plays through, tree with snowflakes around like space age. RGB colors. A human running. A transformer. A robot. An Iron Man. Mario Brothers. A snake dragon. These are just some of the things that you could load up and be creative in your artwork, business, display, expo, your hobby, and more. With the smartphone, you can load up any imaginable item. With your smartphone, simply download the application, grab a video, and place it up on the three displays. Simply shut down the unit, shut down the application, and use the smartphone. There are 700 plus images in the library to choose from, and create your own design and in your camera and your device. In the application, what we can do is we can project our screen, as you can see, and show any video towards one while we have two others playing different scenes. We have a setting that we could pick true color and darken down the item or brighten the item down. We have a sync group, and we could turn it on and off the groups. We have a sync mode that we could direct the units and level out the design. We could hook up 9 different spin displays and create a large spin display. There is a lot you can do with your spin display. If you're looking for a spin display, this is a product that is easy to assemble and install and set up and create your own image to place on. I hope you enjoy your product. If this is something that you are looking for from the product Missyou Spin Display. Thank you for viewing.